Brandon with Davidson Audio, and today we are going to be starting a series on our 2019 Indian Chieftain audio build. I'm not going to get into too much details right in this video exactly what we're going to be doing on the bike, but in order to get all of the audio equipment into the bike that we need, we had to make sure that we had enough room. So that is why you see a Indian motorcycle slimline tour pack on the back of this bike. And also that leads into some other stuff that we're going to talk about, that a partnership that we did, and that's why we have this. All right, so we had already shot this video once before, so it's gonna be a little bit different because we lost the audio on the video. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit, kind of like our Daytona trip video, and let you know what we're gonna be doing in each section and then roll that footage. So the first thing that we did is we obviously unboxed all of this stuff. So in this footage you're gonna see we had two boxes. The first one obviously had the OEM mount for this rack, or for the tour pack, and also had the backrest in it. And then the second one actually had the tour pack shell itself. Obviously, we unbox everything, and now it's time to actually put it on. So when putting on this tour pack, there's a couple of things to note. One are the tools that you need. One's gonna be, I think there's only three tools that you're gonna need. One's a T40 Torx bit. You're gonna need a 4mm for the 4mm for the back pad. The T40 is gonna be for the 8 screws at the bottom that hold it down. And I do believe it's a 12mm for the two studs that hold on the actuator. So in this footage, you're gonna see us putting that together. And one thing I do wanna note is you see us talk about the spools here. So on my bike, I had already had a backrest, so I had the plastic sleeves that went over the spools, but this mount comes with those plastic spools. So if you look in the video, you'll see me open up the bag, and then these spools right here, mine have a black sleeve over them. If yours are just machine finished, like just raw aluminum, then what you gotta do is you gotta take the bag off, which is two 6mm, take the rubber grommets off, use a 10mm, pull the stud out of the middle of your spool there, slide it back over, and reassemble it back. And you have to do it for all four, because that gives you a little bit of a spacer and somewhere for this mount to ride on. So let's roll that footage so you guys can see how we put this together. All right, so that pretty much wraps up us unboxing this and assembling this. One thing I do want to just double touch on is if you are installing this on your bike, those 8 bolts that you saw me use, even the ones for the actuator, please put thread sealer on it. I used blue because that's what we had. Just go to the hardware store, match up. You can use blue or red. It's just the color of the thread sealer just depends on the thread pitch itself. So just make sure you put thread sealer on there, because there's no worse time than riding down the road, you don't have thread sealer on there, and somehow your darn tour pack falls off. These are not cheap. So just please make sure you do that, torque them down, and you'll be good to go. So that brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, why we have this and how we got this. So if you're not familiar, we do have a good working relationship with the folks up at St. Paul Indian, which would be Tim Sutherland, Lloyd Greer, and Amanda Bramble, which does a lot of their marketing. I know you've seen these 3 folks. Great people, have a great dealership, and we've done some work with them in the past on one of Tim's Sturgis builds. And we also did something with them recently, which is how we have this. We kind of worked together and did some trading. I got this. We hooked him up with some stuff for his bike, which I'm not going to give you the details on. Hopefully in a future video, you'll get to see what we did with him on his bike and so forth. That brings me to why I have this tour pack. The reason I have this tour pack is because we are going to be putting audio equipment inside of it, because we're building this to be our more so like show / audio bike. It's not going to be any wicked crazy competition style build. It's just going to be a good solid audio bike with good mids, highs, and bass. And we want to just showcase this bike off to show what we can do and what a good solid potential rider bike could be. So that's why we're building this bike. That's why we have this. In the upcoming videos, we're going to discuss equipment selection, what we're putting where, how we're doing it, and whatnot, which is going to be a team up of some other businesses that we're going to be doing on this. Pretty much a wrap up on this video. I just wanted to again give a huge shout out to Indian of St. Paul, especially Tim Sutherland, Lloyd Greer, and Amanda Bramble for making this happen. Amazing crew up there. If you need anything, please go see them. Amazing people, amazing people. And also, please check us out. Our website will be launching this week, so stay tuned for that. And if you need anything, all of our information's here. Our phone number is 607-800-1032. You can email us at brandon@davidson-audio.com, or also come visit us at 1901 West 15th Street in Panama City, Florida. So thank y'all very much. Hope you have a great day.